Hello and welcome to our Super Bowl preview here at the Examine Fandom, where we will match up Super Bowl 54. Take a look at the matchup. Who's playing, Daniel? We obviously all know, but never hurts to say again.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers.
So who did the Chiefs take down to get to the Super Bowl in the playoffs?
The Chiefs took down the Titans.
Titans. Did you see that game?
I did, yeah.
What were your big takeaways from the Chiefs and their attack?
They passed pretty much the whole game.
All right. Do you think that's going to be what's interesting about that is that they had to pass a lot in that game, and the week before they were down 24-0. So we'll end up getting back to that. That's why we think that how this pertains to the next matchup they have against the 49ers. It's kind of troubling. They were down big against the 49ers, and then they had to pass the whole game against the Titans. But now let's focus on the 49ers. They went basically smashed the NFC North, as painful as it is, as Packer fans to admit. But they just went in there and they were at home. They ruined the Vikings, and then they ruined the Packers. No flaws whatsoever. I believe, never mind. Jimmy Garoppolo had one interception against the Vikings. That's about it. That's the only flaw I can think of. And I think they have one penalty against the Packers. So there are two criticisms I have of the 49ers is they had one interception and one penalty. Otherwise, they completely dominated. It was perfect. They only had to pass the ball 8 times, which means you're playing the correct version of football. That is the ultimate indication of a good football team is if you can run the football and not have to pass and win big. So now we're gonna start talking about the the matchup as it pertains. Now that's how they got there. Both were seated high. Liking the 49ers' chances in this one. What say you, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the 49ers probably have it. The only way I see the Chiefs beating the Niners is if Patrick Mahomes just puts the whole team on his back and throws for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, exactly, and that could definitely happen. But the problem is, I just don't see how the Chiefs could possibly stop the 49ers' run if the Packers can't. Because the Packers were supposedly better at run defense. Obviously, they're not good at run defense, but they had a higher ranking, whatever that means. They gave up less yards per carry than the Chiefs did all year. So it's going to be a very, very difficult matchup for the Chiefs to come in there and slow down the run. Because, as we've seen, they have a bad habit of getting down in games. They've done it against the Patriots last year, against the Texans this year. If the 49ers get off to a good start and then get up by a couple scores early,
You just think it's over?
Not over because they got to keep on running the whole game, but there's no reason that they can't run the whole game. And if that happens, then there's pretty much whatever Mahomes does is going to be null because he's just going to wait in the sideline for the next 10 minutes after he scores an electrifying touchdown, wait for 8 to 10 minutes, while the 49ers just punch the Chiefs in the mouth and walk in for 6 points. And then, obviously the field goal, so that's 7 points. So he's going to be watching the game. And the 49ers just going to be able to have their way with the Chiefs. The run game.
Against the Titans, the Chiefs had a good defense against Derrick Henry. They were pretty good at shutting down the run.
Yeah, that's true. But you forgot something, Daniel. What is it?
What did I forget?
The Titans don't have George Kittle, so that's all that
That's
matters.
true. That's true. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You can have George Kittle on any team and they would still win the Super Bowl. Actually, if you had George Kittle and Nick Bosa, you would win any Super Bowl anytime.
Yeah.
Do you think Jimmy Garoppolo's has playmaking issues? Some people are saying that he's not as good as you would hope for a Super Bowl quarterback, but
I think with the team he's on and the system he's in and the plays that they're running for him, I think he fits in just fine. I mean, you don't need a superstar quarterback to win a Super Bowl all the time. It's a team sport, team game.
yeah, actually a lot of teams You had Tom Brady win a bunch this last few times, but there have been plenty of quarterbacks that like Joe Flacco, or Russell Wilson when he was a rookie. He wasn't lighting it up like he is now.
Yeah.
Or Peyton Manning when he was 40 or
Oh,
something.
when he was at the Broncos, he was old. Yeah.
Yeah, so there you can definitely do it with what do you call it? Not a subpar quarterback, but a non-elite quarterback.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would say, I think he is a good quarterback. I don't think he's like a top tier quarterback yet, but I mean, as long as he comes in and he just executes and doesn't make mistakes, I think they'll be fine. I don't think there's any issues with Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, there's not. So they would have to do such a good job stopping the run. They can't do both. They can't stop the run and really defend well in the pass. So I'd be very surprised if they stop the run and then are all of a sudden able to exploit Jimmy Garoppolo, which you'd have to be really, really good to do. Like he makes some questionable throws. I hear he's working over the middle of the whole game, so there's some opportunities. But you'd have to be doing super well for that to be an issue in the game. Like as I said, the Vikings got an interception because he didn't see the linebacker, but. Like you'd have to be playing at such a high level at defense for that to be like the game-turning play. To get an interception or something, that it's almost, I'd say almost impossible.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs can't go in hoping that Jimmy Garoppolo will make mistakes. If that's the only thing they're hoping for. It might as well just be over.
Yeah. Do you think that they can get a couple turnovers? The Chiefs can get a couple turnovers.
They might be able to force a couple. We'll see, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's something they should count on.
Yeah. What do you think they'd have to do to win? Besides, like, Mahomes has to go 450 yards. But what else, though?
They're going to have to come up with a game plan to slow down George Kittle, or maybe to get to Jimmy Garoppolo sooner, because the Packers' problem was that the Niners were able to neutralize Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith. Like, they couldn't touch Garoppolo at all.
Oh yeah, like it's hard to touch him when he's only passing 8 times, and you're pass rushing. You don't try to run,
Right.
Yeah, with their tight end, their fullback, and their offensive line, it's going to be very difficult to stop the run. You can't say that enough. And if they do, then he can still work. Garoppolo can still go out and make some plays. I think the Chiefs are gonna have to get off to a really good start. I think that's their chance.
Yeah, they're gonna have to put up a couple scores before the Niners make even one, which I don't know if they could do that, because the Niners defense is great.
Yeah, so they gotta put up points, and yeah, they have a history of starting slow, so they gotta put up points fast. And then I'd say then it'd be like going back and forth the whole game. They gotta establish that early. But if if San Francisco comes up, puts a couple scores up, then I'd say very long odds for the Chiefs. But,
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, they got this guy here, Patrick Mahomes, who's not too bad at all. Let's take a look. Yeah. So there we go. That'll be it for our Super Bowl preview. We'll come back after the Super Bowl to see how we did and analyze and break down the game.
Wait, real quick before we go, give me your score. Like, what's the final score going to be?
I'm gonna say 34-17 49ers.
34-17. I'm gonna go 24-21 Niners.
24-21.
I think it's going to be a really close game if the Chiefs come out swinging.
Well, I only got, if it's 24-21, that I guess it could happen. I don't know, man. I just don't trust the Chiefs defense, because like how much better are the 49ers than the Texans and the Titans?
That's true. That is true.
And they scored 24, 30 points against those, so I think it's going to be a complete knockdown. Well, I think
even if it isn't, I think it's going to come down to. I think it's going to be a one-score game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful Super Bowl to see a Big 12 team lose, no matter what.
Yeah.
All right, we'll catch you next time.